Let's look at date variable. Date variable is very similar to the current date variable. Date variable has certain additional capabilities. Let's look at them. The starting point can be controlled. There is an existence of value change policy which shows the value that must change. That is, the levels are page, requests, virtual user instance level, transaction level, and so on. And there is value distribution policy. There is only one value distribution policy that is present, which is scope. Okay. And finally, configurable time progression. Current date mostly associated with the system clock during the test execution. With the date variable, all these can be configured. Let's look at date variable practically. Okay, to create a new variable, I'll click on this FX button. Okay, again click on the same button. Okay, I'm just going to date variable. Okay, here you can see the name, can provide the name. Let me provide this as p_date. Okay, and here you can see there is a date pattern, there is a starting date. You see there is a value change policy. This chooses when the value must change, and there is also a value distribution policy. Only scope is present in under the value distribution policy. If we see this current date, there is no value change policy or value distribution policies, because the current date is mostly associated with the current system type. In the date, the starting date can be controlled. For example, let me just create this as a variable. Okay, I'll just create it. Now I want to change something here. Okay, so let's look at this starting date. You see these three dots. If I click on these three dots, I'll get this calendar. Okay, the starting date can be set based on our requirement. I can maybe go to the past, can set the starting date as something like this. I can change, and let's say I provide this August 1st 2011, and I'll hit on OK. Now you see this, right? Now the starting date has been changed. So there is a configurable starting point. And you see this part, increment value. This functions exactly like how we checked here. Okay, a positive value provides a positive value, increases it, and a negative value decreases it. And the levels, the same levels we can see: millisecond, second, minute, hour, day, month, year, so on. Here the date pattern, as I was saying, we can change anything. For example, if I want to remove this, I can remove this, and if I click on this, whatever the pattern that I have given, a sample is given here below. So I have removed this. Maybe I would like to change to a different pattern. Let me select the second one. Okay, see this, right? Now this has changed. If I go to a different one. Okay, now let's look at this this version. Okay, for uppercase M gives a complete month, followed by a lowercase d gives the date, which represents the year. Okay, something like this. Okay, now let's say I want to add a AM or PM here. Okay, So if I provide something like this, you see this, right? Now this says the selected date pattern is invalid. NeoLoad identifies as those pattern. Okay, only those characters can be used. All these characters can be found in these examples itself. Okay. So if I want to change this, so if I go ahead, if I provide this A, okay, now I'm able to see this, right? AM. Okay. So I can also provide this, see, milliseconds since the unique epoch. Sometimes we will also see this kind of 13 digits or 11 digits value sent along with the request, maybe in the header or in the parameter. Okay. So I highly recommend you to just go through these different formats and see how you can employ them. Okay. So I'll just hit on apply, click OK. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this date variable. Okay, so I'm just looking here. Okay, let's replace it in the last name. Okay, so to replace it, or let me append this. Okay, I'm not replacing it. Same format. I'll start with dollar, open braces, scroll down to date variable, double click, hit down OK. Fine. Now both current date and date variable, we are passing it here. Okay, let me save it. Let me just change this pattern to this one. Okay, so I have given the starting date as somewhere in August 1st 2011. Let's see this and click on apply. Okay, checking handle cache, it is in the new user. Start checking. Okay, so this has done. Continue. Okay, so I can see this date variable. So let me go back, check this, my account, my orders. Okay, so I think this got logged out. Let me log in again. Okay, my account, my orders, last order. Okay, so I see this is the current time and this is the configured date. Okay, so there is no control over the current date. It just simply picks up the current time, system time. We can just change something on the incremental value. With the date variable, the starting point can be configured and the time progression also can be configured using this. Okay, so that is the date variable. So let me change this to, this is date and current date. So I just recommend once again, go through all these different formats and try creating new formats. You can create it. Okay, check description for the course offerings. If you have any questions, you can WhatsApp us at the given number or in the given email address.